The bottom line in the NFL is when bad things are happening to a team, that the quarterback puts a cape on and goes out there and saves the team. Because that's what $53 million says to you. It's just not accurate. But I find today to be one of the more frustrating days for a Bay Area sports fan that I can remember in a long time. And I mean that because it's across the damn board.
Yeah.
It's across the board. It's not like, ooh, Giants lost in the playoffs last night, or ooh, the Niners got beat in the playoffs yesterday, or the Warriors got eliminated and Steph Curry's hurt. When there's one big thing, it's like, oof, gut punch. Okay, what else can we look to? You know, in Philadelphia, they're famous for serenading their teams. When those teams don't do well, they start chanting for the next team to play.
Let's
right?
go,
in other
Sixers.
Words, right. When the Phillies suck, let's go, Eagles. And they're telling their team, bleep you suck. We're going to move on to what's next.
Yeah.
What do I move on to today?
Well, you move on to a managerial search.
Oh.
You move on to more talk about the qualifying offer and Jonathan Kuminga. And you move on to calling local hospitals to see how many Niners are there. And the telltale of yesterday was Jennings gets absolutely Malachi crunched, for those of you who partake in Happy Days. Broken ribs likely. He can't get into the blue tent because Ricky Pearsall's already there. So he's got to take a number and wait his turn to go in the blue tent. They're going to be the only team with blue tent city. They're just going to have a string of blue tents on their sideline.
Yeah, we're going to get bigger tent.
Second tent. We're going to need
I love your idea that the Niners blue tent is like a deli.
Totally.
You need one of them little red things sticking out the side. Yeah.
17. Yeah, I'd like the pastrami, please. This man has broken ribs, most likely. He can't even blue tentify because Ricky's in there with his PCL.
No, Juwan has looked like he can't breathe and beyond frustrated every time we've seen him, even going back to training camp. Contractual situation, shoulder, now it's ribs, everything. That he's been through on a very, very young season.
His injuries read like a deli. Like he got the shoulder, like a pork shoulder.
He
got the ribs, beef ribs or
short ribs.
Totally.
He's not very short, but
no.
Anyway,
ferocious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it.
It's tough. Brock Purdy did not play poor football last year. That is a lazy and tired narrative based on the way their record ended up. I'm going to die on this hill if that's what it takes. The bottom line in the NFL is that the entire team plays football and the entire team needs to be functioning on some level for anybody on that team to play well. That's just the fact. Lamar Jackson is 1-3 this year. We have got to get over this idea that when bad things are happening to a team, that the quarterback puts a cape on and goes out there and saves the team. Because that's what $53 million says to you. It's just not accurate.
Well, he doesn't have to save the team.
No.
Yesterday, he sunk the team.
He played poorly just like the rest of the team.
He made mistakes at times where he didn't need to make mistakes. And to the caller's point,
that's not true about a bunch of guys.
Yesterday, he is throwing the ball a little bit like last year where the ball is just taking a long time to get there. He's not ripping it. I don't know if it's the toe or I don't know what it is, but I see a lot of his passes that are in the air for a long, long time, and they're floating.
I'm going to separate yesterday from last year. Brock Purdy was not good yesterday. Brock Purdy also suffered a myriad of drops yesterday.
Yep.
Brock Purdy also does not have a run game right now for whatever reason. Brock Purdy does not have good play from his offensive line. Brock Purdy does not have a pass rush on the other end of the ball. So Brock Purdy's playing from behind. Yes, he was bad yesterday.
Unnecessarily bad.
That's true. That's yesterday,
last
though.
Year,
I'm not going to tie
even said that last year he was trying to do too much, and I saw yesterday a lot of that same thing, making throws that didn't need to be made.
That might be the case in some cases, sure. And again, that's what I'm getting at. These things are all attached to one another. Why would he be making plays that he doesn't need to make? Would it be because he's down by 12 points? Because his special teams doesn't tackle? Would it be because on certain third down throws where he hit wide open receivers right in the hands, they dropped them? Like, I don't know. Again, this is not to excuse his play. It was poor yesterday. But you can bounce around the league, and I'll give you a bunch of examples of a $50-something million quarterback who didn't win a game. Jordan Love hasn't won one in 2 weeks. That didn't win a game because their team is not functioning well. The Niners were bad across the board yesterday, and I do not think that you have one of the elite quarterbacks in the league, but you got a very good one. I get a very good one.
Well, he's got to get back to playing like a very good one.
Right, but that is going to come. These things hold hands.
I totally get that.
He will play better if they play better, and they will play better if he plays better.
He has to play better on his own. And yesterday, the interceptions.
There is no on your own.
There is when there are guys who are open, and you are choosing to throw the ball into triple coverage. That's on you. You're the guy throwing the football, so check the ball down.
And what about when you do hit those guys in the hands and they drop it?
No doubt. No doubt.
I mean,
that happens, and that's every play. How about when you underthrow Ricky Pearsall by 8 yards and he bails you out with an amazing catch?
Absolutely. No question.
Juwan Jennings and the DeMarcus Robinson first catch as a Niner was
tremendous.
A ball that was way up in the air.
You will not have me say Brock Purdy was good yesterday.
No, I'm not trying to get you to that spot.
He was not. But the bottom line is, if now you've arrived at this moment, and I'm not saying you are, but if any of you have arrived at this moment and decided that what the 49ers are suffering from is just horrific quarterback play, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're watching all of the other players. I'm not sure if you're watching the entire game.
I don't think it's horrific quarterback play. The thing that I'm seeing, and this is mainly from yesterday, and it reminds me of last year, he's making mistakes with his head. And that's not what he did when he took him to the Super Bowl. When he came out, he was making the right throw on time. And now I'm seeing what I saw last year, which is he's trying to hold on to it, and you're trying to make things happen. The McCaffrey interception, you didn't need to throw that. McCaffrey breaks late down the middle. That was going to be a very difficult throw.
Yep,
and you had some underneath that was open. Just take the underneath. Take 4 yards. It's okay. I think he's trying to do too much again.
Maybe. I also think that, and I'm not in his foot. I don't know how that thing feels, but I saw certain areas where Brock would either buy himself more time, or maybe instead of trying to huck that thing down the middle of the field for 20 yards, grab 3. Let's grab 3 yards. Let's just
take off.
Let's just take off, and he wasn't doing it. And I can only guess that that's his foot. But I don't know. I don't know how that thing was feeling at what point in the game. We have the report that as of last night and this morning, he wasn't feeling very good.
Yeah.
I have no idea what to say when it comes to player health, because I don't know if Mac Jones could even walk. I really don't. He had an injury designation, so I don't know if he was healthy. The idea that they should have thrown in Adrian Martinez, I think that's interesting how many people want to go to him who have never even seen him play football. He might be awful, and I think you have to try to win football games. If the doctors clear you and you can play well or even mostly well, I have no problem with you going, and if you end up getting hurt in the game, welcome to the club. So that's the way I look at it, but I get it. If you end up missing Thursday because of Sunday, I understand the frustration. I certainly do.
If they would have beaten Jacksonville and the same thing would happen and he wouldn't have been able to play on Thursday, you'd feel different. Mm-hmm. So you're frustrated because they didn't win and he potentially won't be able to play Thursday. We won't know for some time whether or not he'll actually be able to give it a go. And the thing that I'm still stuck on in this whole conversation is Mac Jones. Nobody knows how healthy or not healthy he is. He had to put a brace on in the Week 3 game against Arizona just to make it through, and he was noticeably limping late in that game, and he wasn't going to be 100% yesterday anyway. So we can all play the percentage game. None of us really knows who was healthier, how close was it. If Brock was good enough to feel like he could go out there, he goes out there, and it's the same thing on Thursday.
Yeah, I agree. Like, he's in pain, but I don't know. My perception of NFL players on Monday is that they're in pain. Like that, I think that's most of them.
Right. Christian McCaffrey, 23 touches yesterday.
Probably in a lot of pain.
He's in pain.
Probably in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah, they all are.
Juan Jennings
right?
is in a tremendous amount of pain. I really do. I understand it. The Brock thing is super, super frustrating because Thursday is a very, very big game. But I don't know what the other great options were yesterday, and I'm not willing to just kick the game. Maybe this is unfair to Adrian Martinez. That's kind of what I feel like that is. Like, You've already won 2 games this year with a backup quarterback. That's incredible. How many games you winning with a third-string quarterback in this league?
He was the UFL MVP, Mark.
Well, that's exciting.
I had to look that up. I don't watch a lot of UFL.
I don't even know what the hell the UFL is.
The United Football League.
Well, I mean, I get that.
I know, right?
I figured what you stand for. I didn't think it stood for unorthodox.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.